The story of Greece today begins not in its mountains or cities, but far out at sea. Beneath the waters of the eastern Mediterranean lie vast reserves of oil and natural gas. These resources are not just numbers on a report, they are treasures, powerful enough to change the fate of nations. For Europe, still recovering from an energy crisis and trying to move away from its reliance on Russian supplies, these reserves could be a lifeline. For Greece, they are an opportunity to rise again after years of hardship. And for Turkey, Greece's old rival, they are a prize worth competing for fiercely. The struggle for these resources is not only about fuel, it is about security, about influence, and about shaping the future of the entire region. Whoever controls these reserves will not just sell gas or oil, they will hold power, they will decide prices, and they will guide the flow of energy across Europe. And so, Greece finds itself at a turning point. The sea that once carried ancient ships, conquerors, and traders now holds the key to its future prosperity. But to seize this opportunity, Greece must prove that it is ready with the right vision, the right investments, and the right resilience. Not long ago, such dreams would have sounded impossible. Greece was drowning. Its debt reached nearly double the size of its economy. Businesses shut down, unemployment soared above 16%, and countless families were pushed into poverty. Young Greeks, once full of hope, left in waves to other countries, believing there was no future at home. The scars of that crisis were deep, but from pain came a decision. Greece would not remain broken. In 2021, Greece launched the Recovery and Resilience Plan, a monumental €35 billion, €900 million package funded by the European Union, loans, and national resources. This was more than just money. It was a strategy, a roadmap, and a statement of intent. The plan contained 104 investments and 77 reforms. It aimed not only to repair what was broken, but to build something stronger. It targeted everything: energy, jobs, education, digital technology, healthcare, infrastructure, and governance. Where once Greece was seen as a symbol of failure, it was now laying the foundations to become a symbol of rebirth. Energy is where Greece's future begins. The oil and gas reserves in the eastern Mediterranean are large enough to bring in billions in revenue. Developing them could help Greece pay off debt, create jobs, and supply energy to Europe at a time when security of supply is fragile. Yet energy is not just about drilling. It is also about strategy. And Greece knows it must balance tradition with transition. That is why nearly 38% of the recovery plan's funds are dedicated to green energy. Offshore wind farms rising from the Aegean and Ionian seas. Solar parks spread across sun-drenched regions. Submarine cables tying islands to the national grid, replacing costly and polluting local generators. Hydrogen projects that experiment with new fuels of the future. Energy storage systems that ensure the lights never go out even when the wind stops blowing.
At the heart of the trouble are competing claims for territory that have long simmered in the background. But the discovery of natural gas reserves has brought them back to the surface. Most of the disputes centre on competing claims for the land around the Greek islands, Turkish coastline, or Cyprus, a divided island.
The government is also reforming rules to speed up renewable projects, cutting away the red tape that delayed progress for years. By doing this, Greece is not only preparing for today's needs, but securing its place as a leader in Europe's energy transition. The message is clear. Oil and gas can give Greece strength in the present, but renewables will ensure it thrives in the future. To turn opportunity into reality, Greece is rebuilding the very foundations of its society and its infrastructure. Homes and buildings, over 110,000 residences are being upgraded to use less energy, saving families money while lowering emissions. Public transport. In Athens and Thessaloniki, more than 220 old diesel buses are being replaced with modern electric ones. This will cut pollution and modernize urban life. Railways. In regions like Thessaly, where floods devastated tracks, New investments are restoring and strengthening the lines, reconnecting trade and tourism, ports and logistics hubs. Investments in maritime infrastructure will help Greece not only export goods but also play a central role in global trade. Electricity for islands. For decades, Greek islands depended on outdated, expensive, and polluting power stations. Now, new submarine cables are connecting them directly to the mainland grid, finally providing cleaner and more reliable electricity. Infrastructure is not just concrete and steel, it is the skeleton of a nation, and Greece is rebuilding its skeleton stronger than ever before. Behind every reform lies one central goal: work and dignity for the people. Unemployment has haunted Greece for years, especially among the youth, but the new plan is changing that. 23,000 new childcare places mean that parents, especially mothers, can rejoin the workforce. €770 million for labor market programs will help retrain workers, offer opportunities to refugees, and support those who were left behind during the crisis. Vocational training is being reshaped to prepare people for modern industries like digital technology, green energy, and logistics. And it is not just about jobs, it is about careers. Greece is channeling investment into industries where it can compete globally: shipping, pharmaceuticals, agri-food, renewable technologies, and digital services. With over €17 billion, 0 cents in loans supporting private businesses, the government is betting on innovation, not just survival. The goal is simple but powerful: to raise incomes, create stable jobs, and give young Greeks a reason to stay and build their lives at home. Numbers and investments matter, but they mean little if people's lives do not improve. That is why the recovery plan is deeply social at its core. Healthcare: more personal doctors are being recruited, and services in remote regions are expanding so that no one is left behind. Education: schools and training programs are being modernized to prepare students for a digital world. Governance: digitalization of public services is cutting bureaucracy, making life simpler and more transparent. Urban reforms: old gaps in land use and zoning laws are being fixed, ensuring fairer and more sustainable growth. This is about dignity. It is about ensuring that the benefits of recovery do not stay in Athens or Thessaloniki, but reach every island, every mountain village, and every family. Greece's geography has always been both a challenge and an advantage. At the crossroads of Europe, Asia, and Africa, it has long been a bridge of cultures. Now, it is becoming a bridge of energy and innovation. Its rivalry with Turkey remains real and pressing. The disputes over maritime zones and drilling rights highlight how valuable the Eastern Mediterranean's resources truly are. But this time, Greece enters the competition stronger. With European support, with infrastructure projects, and with a clear plan for stability and growth. Beyond energy, Greece is modernizing its defense systems and ensuring political stability, making it a trusted partner for foreign investors. In a world shaken by conflict and uncertainty, Greece is positioning itself as an anchor of security in the Mediterranean. The question is no longer whether Greece can survive, it is whether Greece can lead. By unlocking the oil and gas reserves of the Mediterranean, by harnessing the sun and wind for clean power, by building railways, ports, and digital highways, by investing in its people and ensuring fairness across its society, Greece is writing a new story. A story not of crisis, but of opportunity. Not of debt, but of growth. Not of despair, but of dignity and pride. The potential is measured not in billions, but in trillions of euros over the coming decades. This is more than economics. It is a rebirth, a chance for Greece to reclaim its role as a beacon of progress and resilience. The Mediterranean may hold the energy, but it is Greece's courage, vision, and determination that will transform it into lasting prosperity for generations to come.